What's happening, folks? Mitch Smith here. Today we're going to be studying Van Halen's Ain't Talkin About Love, riff by riff. A couple of quick things before we get started. We are tuned a half step low. So that means we're taking every string, tuning it one fret or one half step down. If you don't know how to do that, there is a link below this video that will take you to a free Udemy course that will get you all squared away on that. There's another link below this video that will take you to sheetmusicplus.com, and it'll take you directly to the sheet music I'm using. So we're breaking this down into 5 riffs, or 5 parts, if you will. The intro is just going to be out of an A minor chord, a partial F chord, and a partial G5. Okay? So let's make that A minor. Let's do an F, but don't use your third finger, just these 3 strings. And let's make a G5, and all we really need to do is bar the 3rd fret on the 1st and 2nd string and get your 3rd and maybe your 4th string open. Okay? Now, we're using a palm mute, and careful not to overdo the palm mute. Don't be into the strings this far or you'll get... We do not want that. Be back here close to the bridge, as close as you can, and still get kind of a percussive sound. Okay, now the pick pattern is what's tricky. Okay, I'm going to say the string numbers. It's going to be 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to go to the 1st string open, and then hammer on the 1st string 1st fret. And when you do that, use the meaty part of your finger because you're going to be barring that 2nd string too. And on down into this note of the F chord. Okay, so. And then use your 3rd finger, bar those 1st and 2nd strings on the 3rd fret. Okay? And it's important to use your 3rd finger because you're going to reach over and get that G root note right there. Okay, so 6th string, 5th string, and that's it. Alright, so I'm going to play that slow with you, and then we're going to do it up to the speed of the song. So let's do that 4 times. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, and now up to the correct tempo. So next is the chorus, and it's fairly easy. We're just going to hit that A minor chord down to a G5, okay? And when I say G5, we want to mute the 5th string with this finger. Okay? Okay, and on the 2nd one, we're going to follow that A minor scale up the 2nd string. So, 2 times on 2, slide to 3, pick it, slide to 5, pick it, slide to 8. And if you have a whammy bar, you can dip in between those. Bow, wow, 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 bow, wow. That's actually the way Eddie does it. I do not have my whammy bar on this guitar, so we are going to just leave it at that. Okay, third time. Now fourth time. And what's happening there is, if you imagine where your A minor pentatonic scale is, it brings you to that point of it. And it's like a fake bend in the real bend. And that matches the vocals going, I heard the news, baby. Right? Okay, so, and I think on the tab it's showing 9 right there. And that's the pitch you're trying to bend to. Okay, so all 4 of those together, let's just go ahead and do it up to speed. And that's going to bring us to the verse. Now the verse is just kind of a condensed down version of the main riff. What we're going to do is 4 eighth notes on the A minor, 2 eighth notes on the F, and that's what the tab shows, 1st string, 3rd string. And then lastly, we're just going to hit that top part of the G chord. Alright, let's try that up to speed. Then it goes back into the chorus. Alright, then back into the verse. The next piece we're going to learn is the solo. Now this is really cool. It's got a pickup measure. That happens before the beat starts. So if we're counting off 1, 2, 3, okay? Because we're shooting for this A right here on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. That's an A right there. And we're just coming up that pentatonic scale right to it. And we are trying to let that 1st string ring as much as possible. So you have to really kind of reach over that 1st string and let play way up on your fingertip. To 12 right there. So 5, 7, 10, 12. Next phrase. It just kind of works its way back down. Skip over the 10 on your way back down. Okay, so that's half of it. The 3rd quarter. And that finally brings us to the E here on the 2nd string, which is consequently where we start the solo. It's just an octave higher. And make sure you get to your 1st finger there, because the next little thing you're going to have to do is hammer on, what is that, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're going 3 frets up on the same string. Pull it off, 3 frets up on the next string. And then from all the way up here, just anywhere, you just slide all the way down the guitar. Okay? Let's try that whole solo up to speed. Okay, and of course they just come back into that main chorus riff a few more times. Oh, and there is a part in the song that we didn't really talk about, and it's the part where they go to the bridge. And what you want to do is just manually turn the volume on your guitar down so you don't get as much distortion. I would not recommend using a distortion pedal and turning it on and off. Just back off your dynamics. Just lightly play that main riff. And I'm just randomly hitting harmonics right there. I don't really have all those details worked out. And then of course so just all kind of those kind of things happening right there in that bridge. But now let's get to the outro. And the outro is really cool. We're just going to come off of that A minor and just walk up the scale. Okay, so A, B, C. And if you've seen me doing the intro, I'm actually barring all the way over, catching that 6th string to it. Just gives a really thick. Then we're going to come from open E, G, C, D. So, alright, that's a quarter of it. So it's A, B, D. Do some slides, or if you got a whammy, dive it right there. That's the 2nd quarter. Now the 3rd quarter is same as the 1st. And the last quarter is going to do the same as the 2nd, except when it goes to that E, it's going to come to an E7 sharp 9 right here. What that is 7, 6, 7, 8. So 7, 6, 7, 8. My 1st string's open and my 6th string can be open. And that's just kind of a famous blues chord. So let's try that outro. Big drum roll. Ready to hit it one more time. Okay, so that's riff by riff. Ain't Talking About Love. I appreciate you watching. I hope that it was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a like and follow my page for more helpful videos. And I will see you in the next one.